Hello, everyone. Welcome back, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we are back with another real life talk here with all of our business partners from around the world. I'm your host today. My name is Marissa. I have been a part of the business for a little bit over a year and a half, and I'm excited to be here. We have another amazing topic that we'll be discussing today with my two beautiful business partners here. Just a little bit of background information in case you guys don't know who I am. Again, my name is Marissa. Professionally, I work as a medical billing specialist. I've been in that field for the past 7 years and I loved it. But of course, I wanted something more life fulfilling. So I hopped into the business and I love being part of the community here. It's just so uplifting spiritually, emotionally, and everybody is just willing to help. We have a great community here. Not only that, the business is very thriving in here, so I love the energy that it offers and the opportunities that it offers here. It's very life changing to many of us here. And today we have a very special guest joining us all the way from Virginia. Wen, thank you so much for joining us. Why don't you go ahead and hop on the stage and introduce yourself to the rest of us that are tuning in tonight.
Hi, I'm Marisa and Tay, and thank you for inviting me here. And good evening and good afternoon and good morning to anyone out there. And let me introduce myself. My name is Uyên, and I original from Vietnam, but I've been living in US for 28 years. And I am an IP admin, and my major is accountant for 18 years. But however, just like Marisa, I need to do something more for our family. So I'm looking for the side hustle, and I found digital business. I've been for 2.5 years already, and I love it because just like Marisa say, we have really nice community, uh, right? Community, everyone really nice and energy, and I learned a lot from digital business. What I can apply back to my job, and I got a good raise from my job too. So that's called a double win-win for me. So I'm really happy about that. Yes, that's all about me. Thank you. Mm.
Welcome, Win.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Double win for you.
Thank
Super
you.
excited.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing about this business. But a little about me for all of you who don't know who I am. My name is Tay. I am a business coach and a mom and a wife. And in my previous life, I was working in social services. But now I'm a full time digital business owner.
Yeah.
And I also love what I do too. And like both of you guys, I started this business because I wanted more time freedom, financial freedom, something better for my family, right? Because there is something better out there, a better way to earn instead of trading our time. So that's why I'm here also, and our amazing community too. So that's all about me too. And welcome again, Win. And Marissa, the floor is yours again. Take it away.
Thank you, ladies. That was awesome. We're gonna go ahead and start with our topic here. Let me go ahead and put that on the screen. Okay, so for today's discussion, we already kind of talked a little bit about it on our introduction, but our topic discussion for today is, what does freedom look like to you? So, for me, I feel like freedom, uh, it's more like, I think, coming from my own point of view, for me, freedom is a lot more like stability. Stability with finance, stability with time, stability in a lot of things, right? To earn the freedom to kind of do what I want at my own time, be my own boss. I think that's what freedom looks like to me. It's that stability life of not having to give up too much to others and focus more on me and what is most essential, and prioritize that into my life and in my family. And I know it sounds a little bit selfish, but
That's
I feel like sometimes, it's important give back, but also receive in return. And I feel like in a lot of time for me, I want that freedom, to have that me time, to have that little comfort space in that comfort zone that I can do whatever I want to do, right? To have all the freedom that I want. And I think the stability and all of that, it's really important to me, especially, my parents are getting older and you just never know when the time may come. And I want to have that as much time as I can with my parents. Family to me, it's very, very important. I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I'm an auntie, which is just another name for a second mom. And, I want to be able to spend as much time as I can with the little ones, watching them grow and, becoming the individual person that they are, which is always amazing to have them around. And, that energy that they bring, it makes my heart warm. But at the same time, like I do work like a full-time job. I'm out of the house 7 in the morning and I don't come home later until like 5 or 6, right? So I'm basically missing out on a lot of things that I can't really spend time with my family. So time for me is really important. And so the freedom of time, that's very essential to me. The, financial stability, having financial freedom, not having to worry about bills, putting, food on the tables, traveling everywhere that I want, probably talking to you guys and doing these group live session probably from the oceans or like in some sort of cabin trip. That will be the most ideal plan here, having that freedom to travel and still work at the same time. And that's the most amazing thing about this business, is the fact that it's so flexible and so portable in that aspect. So I do love so much of what this business can offer on that. But at the same time, yes, that's how I kind of envision freedom, and that's how I strongly feel about it. But I would love to hear what you both ladies will have to say about what freedom looks like to you, kind of maybe reflecting back on your whys and why you kind of started your business, but at the same time, kind of digging deeper into what it really means to you as well. So Wen, since you are a special guest, why don't you go ahead and take the floor? Go
Yes,
ahead.
thank you. Yeah, I totally agree with you about your point of view about the freedom. That's really nice topic, and look like everyone want the freedom. And me too. And that's why,
Yes.
yeah, that's why I'm join digital business, because just like you say, we can work in anytime we want. Like I wake up early in the morning and do a little bit, and after 8 p.m. I work a little bit for digital business, and it's freedom because we have no boss, right? So no pressure and no KPI. So I feel free to work, and I'm happy with that. And my point of view is similar to you. I want to have financial freedom too. Don't worry much about bill, and I can travel with my family anytime I want, because I've been in US for 28 years, but I didn't go back to my country, Vietnam, much, because the cost very expensive, the ticket, and every time we go we have to stay around 1 month, because the ticket like sometimes $2,000, right? And
Yeah.
you don't want to go there for 1 week or only 2 weeks. So that's why we need money. And also it's really hard for you working 9 to 5, and you work for a corporate, and you want to have 1 month to go back to your country every year. It's really difficult. It's hard to have the schedule. Like sometimes we have to say, oh, my grandpa, my grandma sick, then they allow us to go. Otherwise, we can go, but someone will take our position, right?
Mhm.
When you come back, you don't have that position anymore. That's I've been built for 18 years, and we, like during that time, like we don't want to lose the position and the salary, everything. So, but right now, I'm happy because I have digital business, right? I have a backup plan, so um, I I could go back to Vietnam like every 2 years now. So that is one thing like I love about freedom. And I remember when my daughter young, right now she is 25 years old already. But when she young and she told mom, I want to go to Disney World. But I couldn't do that because expensive, then we always busy. So I tell her, okay, next year, next summer I will take you there. And it took like 4 years, and until last 3 years I asked her, oh, do you want to go this new world with me? She said, no, I don't want anymore because old. I'm too old to go at Disney World. That's what I lost for my daughter milestone. So for me, the freedom is more like about the time for my family too. So that's
Mhm.
what I love. And right now, thank you for online business, because in the morning I'm able to drink coffee before I go to work, right? And I can do meditations like around half an hour
Mhm.
before I go to work. Yeah, that's all about me. Mm,
That's very nice. Thank you, Lynn, for
yeah.
sharing that. Definitely, I could relate to, having the time to spend time with your family and travel. Like, personally, just to share a little bit of story, it took me 30 years to be able to go to Disneyland. It took me that
Mm,
long. And it also, I went on my first cruise for the first time in 30 years. I was able to go to so many different places, and it took me 30 years to get there, So it just, when you're in that phase where you're just hustling every day and you're basically prioritizing that time for some other people's dreams, and not focusing on your dreams and what you really want in life, sometimes you kind of miss out on a lot of things. And so, like you mentioned, you guys missed out on a lot of trips and a lot of events because other things was more prioritized. And of course, it's nobody's fault, but at the same time, having that freedom to be able to, sit and enjoy your evening or your mornings, have a cup of coffee before you go to work, take some downtime for, distressing, breathing, and be like, this is me time. I can be my own boss. I can create my own schedule. And, if I want to go on trips, I can go on trips without worrying. I don't have to, earn PTO time.
yeah.
And I don't have to request times off, talk to my boss about my trip. If I want to go back to, my home country for 2, 3 months at a time, nobody's going to tell me no, right?
Yes.
That's the most amazing thing about this business. So definitely, when thank you for sharing that. I could relate to that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Freedom mean when you go and you don't have to worry anything. That's really free. But yeah, if we go and we always worry, oh, when we come back, we have to pay the bills or
Mhm.
care for the position. If someone take over, that is not really freedom, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm. No, it is not. You two are right. You guys made a lot of good points. The best part about this business is the flexibility. Yeah, because you work so hard on somebody else's dreams, but then what about yours, right? You put yours back on the side to wait to give it to somebody else and work hard. And then like you said, when you take 2 months, I mean, a month or two to go to your country because what your ticket, they're so expensive already, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
And it wouldn't make sense to go for a week. And we miss out on so many milestones. I can relate to that too. We miss out on so much because work so hard on something else or for somebody else. And time freedom, your question, Marissa, tonight, what does freedom look like? You two nailed a lot of points there, because when you have freedom, it's when you decide what you do with your time, right? When you can do things, when you can go, when you can stay, when you can show up, right? And that's what freedom is. Freedom is being able to control your time, and not, like you said, when you don't have to worry about anything, right? The most important thing is when you have freedom, you don't have to worry about finances when you're on trip, right?
Yes.
You don't have
Mm-hmm.
to worry about, oh my gosh, I don't have enough vacation time.
Mhm.
I have to go back home. You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about that. And you guys made some really good points, because this, our business, right? Our online business gives us that freedom, because it gives us the flexibility. And the best part is our business travels with us, right? It moves with us wherever we move to. It goes on vacation with us. It, like right now I'm outside.
Where are
And
you now? Where are you
I'm
now?
outside, yeah, and I'm in the process of moving, right? And it moves with me. My business
Oh,
is still working in the background for me, right?
nice.
And
Mhm.
that's the best part. But I want to make sure that we mentioned that it doesn't happen overnight, right? It's not a get
Mm,
rich quick. You have to
right.
put in time. You have to
Mhm.
make the decision to take a step and to create your better tomorrow, right? To
Yes.
get time freedom, to get financial freedom. Because freedom to everybody looks different. Like, but all of us have the same goal to get to: financial freedom and time freedom, right? But
Mhm.
to us, success looks different, okay? And freedom, Marissa's freedom is being able to like spend time with her parents, right? My freedom is right now, I was able to move without asking anybody for permission, right? And
Mm,
when your freedom is to get to travel, to go back to your country without
yeah.
worrying, and it's achievable through our business, right? So you guys made some really great point. And freedom, I'm going to tell you guys, like I just mentioned, you don't have to wake up to anybody's alarm clock. You don't have to ask anybody for permission, because you make that decision and you make that choice. That's freedom. And you don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about time. You don't have to worry about somebody calling you to say, you're not at work today. You're the only one who can call you and say, why didn't you show up for your business? Right.
Right.
So that's freedom for me. Just a little about how freedom looks like for me. But great question, Marissa. Back to
Very
you.
Yeah.
good point, though, because when I remember when I interview Elizabeth, she
Mhm.
from Africa, right?
Mhm.
And on the interview, she told us when she traveled back to Africa for a couple of months, and when she come back, she checked her mailbox. Oh, she have like more than 60,000 in the mailbox, and
Oh
her
wow.
my coach is Janet Mai. I don't know if you know Janet Mai. That's the Lang An coach, right?
Mhm.
When she come back from Vietnam for 2 months, and she had like around 100,000 in the mailbox for her. That's the passive income. But just like what you say, Janet Mai and Elizabeth and all other business partner, they have been built their they put a lot of effort and times, and they work hard to build the business to get that result and success. Yeah, so just like we are doing now, yeah, I work so hard too, and but I work for my goal, and yeah, I had a reason and a big why to go with digital business, and I'm happy with that. Yes.
You're
Yeah.
right. When this amazing business,
Mhm.
you can move across state line and still be earning online, and still
Mhm.
be able to live life on your term, go on vacation, come back home and still get paid.
Yeah.
And it's possible. But like I said, you have to put in the work. You
Yeah.
have to be able to be willing to take that step, and to be coachable, and to be able to follow simple instructions. And just like you and Marissa and myself, and like you mentioned, Janet and Lanan, all put in the work, right? Made that decision to take that
Mhm.
step to create it, because you can. You can earn while doing things and while your business is still running in the background. And just like today, I was surprised again by this amazing business, right? I totally forgot that it was payday, because payday just comes and it's like, oh my gosh, another, like you have multiple streams of income
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And it's just like, oh my gosh, I just got paid today. I don't. So yeah.
Yeah, you make me remember like when we still working for corporate, right? So we have to wait every 2 weeks to have the paycheck, and after we have paycheck, and it's all gone for all gone for the bills. Yeah, but with digital business, like it's an extra income for me. So I really happy whenever I check the mailbox. Before I don't like to check mailbox at all, though, because of the bills. But now, I really love to check it because the bill is come from anywhere, right? From
Mhm.
the monthly's multiple income. That's what we earn and we learn, and we have been billed for years to get that. Yeah, so
Mhm.
that's a good thing. And one thing is more than money. That's what I have learned from digital business. We get training every week. Before I couldn't able to talk like this and sit in here and discuss like this. Even I've been in US long time, right, and working 18 years for corporate. But because my job is work with number, and I don't really talk to coworker much. I just chat and send email, and we discuss about the numbers. It's not about long conversation. So before um, I feel bad about my accent too, because yeah, and I cannot talk too much because I can't remember. Like every idea is gone. And so whenever I call into the meeting, I don't know what to say. Even I don't want to raise the questions because I shy. But now a little bit, day by day, I improve much better. When I look back, like 2.5 years ago, I gained a lot and I grow a lot. I'm happy for myself. So I feel happy that I on my way to the freedom, the one I want, the freedom
Yes.
I want. Yeah. Before I'm not really freedom because I too shy. I'm afraid to lose job. I'm afraid to find another job like that. I want to be stable. So that's why I stay 18 years in one job because I feel insecure, right? But now with digital business, I'm more open mind. Like I know more people, and I able to communicate and learn more knowledge every day. So I feel more confident now. Yeah, I'm happy about. Yeah.
And we find our purpose through this business too, like what we're really meant to do and what our skill and our purpose is. So so you find who you are. Like you said, the money is great, but it's the journey of finding who you are and becoming who you are and then changing your tomorrow. It's massive results.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Mhm.
So we are the way to the freedom life we want, right? Before we
Right.
always just working 9 to 5, and sometimes work weekend, work overnight, and work overtime. But then
Mhm.
I'll go to the bills, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
passive income is really good. Like we have something extra. Then when we spend the money from the passive income, we feel good. We feel that's something like we earn about, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely.
That's
Mhm.
a free. That's free freeze my.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely. Yes, freedom of time, it's very, very important, for us to be able to do things at our own pace, at our own time. And, the most important things is having our freedom of choice, right?
Mm.
Choice of doing whatever that we want to do, saying yes to opportunities that can open new doors for us. And like when, like you said, it took you 18 years to be able to hop on that opportunity. But
Yeah.
that was a freedom of choice that you made, and that leap of faith that you took. And you did amazing in the business, and you're going to continue to grow. And definitely you are
Thank
more
you.
confident, that you just mentioned it. You're more confident in yourself. Your speeches is definitely getting better, your communication skills. And those are all of the things in here that this business is able to offer, because coming from another introvert like myself, that I'm a little bit shy to be on camera sometimes. I wouldn't be able to do live like this as well. But the business definitely challenges us. It definitely challenges us. It makes us come out of our comfort zone, show us different techniques and skills that we can use and strategize, not only in the business, but at our job, if you do have a day job that you go to, or like a night job that you goes to, or even in our life, it teaches us multiple strategies, and give us multiple tips to kind of use in daily life. And also, not only that, but the greatest thing that I've noticed is, it help us improve on ourselves, right?
Mhm.
It really make us focus on ourselves. And I think that's also kind of ties into what freedoms really is having that mental freedom, that stress-free field, right? That
Yeah.
I don't have to wake up feeling drained and stressed, like, oh, why do I have to work today, right? But with the business, you don't have a schedule set for you. So if you want to, you can, but you don't necessarily have to go by anybody's time. You don't have to do like a schedule based on anybody's order. You don't have to take days off by, asking for permissions. You can do basically whatever you want on your own time, being your own boss. That's the most amazing thing. And I think that kind of helps ties down to that mentality, right? That I have the power and the control over my life, my situation, my ideas, the way I can innovate things and kind of go around my ways. If I go at a slow pace, it's okay. We're going to slowly build ourselves up. If I, make a lot of progress and there's a lot of results and tractions, that's amazing thing. Definitely celebrate all of your wins, whether they are small wins, big wins. They're very important towards, reaching every one of your milestones. Definitely it builds, confidence. It builds this new sense of pride, and a new sense of, something in yourself that kind of makes you want to keep going forward, moving forward, right? So it builds that energy in yourself. And I think that's kind of what freedom is kind of too, right? To
Yeah.
have that freedom to really expand your vision out there prior to everything that you already have or you already own, but the freedom to kind of express yourself out there as well and explore that little gray area. I think that's very amazing as well.
Yeah. Mm.
Agree.
Mm.
All right. And do you ladies have anything to add before I go ahead and conclude this live?
What about Tay? Because you now work in digital business full time, so you might have more tips for us. Can you share some
Put
tips
you on the
for
spot.
anyone out there? They love this business, but they still feel scared. They
Mhm.
still worry about much. They sometimes they don't think freedom is real. So yeah.
You know, I'm going to say that the biggest thing is to never give up, because
Mm,
life is going to challenge you when you
mm,
start working on your dreams and start creating the life that you want. Life is going to throw curveballs at you. Life is going to knock you down, but it's a test to see how bad you want your better life or your better tomorrow. Because everybody who starts working on their dreams is going to be tested. There's going to be problem here, problem there, problem everywhere. But it's how you handle it, how you pick yourself back up, and how you keep carrying on. That's what's going to get you there. If you never give up, you will get there, because the universe and God is going to keep testing you to see how deserving you think you are worthy of your success and your better tomorrow, your freedom. Okay. Because a lot of people, when life happens, once they start chasing their dream, they fall right back into comfort zone, because this just feels safer there. And it's just like, it feels good there, because I can just go to work and come back home and everything's okay, but I'll be miserable. But they forget that when you get past the rain, there's sunshine over there. Okay. You have to pass the storm before you get to the sunshine. And a lot of people don't get past the storm. They fall right back into comfort zone underneath that soft and really super soft blanket. And then they stay there, and then they never get to the other side, right? Like they say, you find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It is
Mhm.
true. It is true that you do find it, but you have to work to get there. So the biggest tip that I would say is never give up. And the best part is this business. If you're in this business already, or if you're looking into this business, know how amazing this business is, because it gives you all of the training, gives you the support, the guidance, the coaching, the mentoring, and the global community support. And the only way to fail is if you don't even try at all. Because every time you fail, that's another chance to do something better, something different, so that you can get to where you need to get to. So,
Mhm.
again, my biggest tip is never give up. Keep pushing forward, and you will get there, as long as you don't give up.
Hey, good tip. Yes, that's
Thank you.
Yes,
totally
definitely
agree.
very
That's why
important.
you in this business 5 years, right? Almost
Hmm.
6 years. Yeah, that's how you success. Yeah,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
that's how we will. Yeah, we will success more and more. Yes.
Yep. Never
Yeah.
give up. Just keep going.
It's definitely about, the mindset goals there that you build along the way. And, this business definitely offers all of that. It's teaching us to kind of help understand ourselves. The first thing when you join into this business is understanding your why, right? And that ties into our topics tonight is understanding our why. We go right back to why we want to change, why we desire freedom, why we desire such big goals in our life. And basically everything is mindset. You could do whatever you want with your life, but you got to stay consistent. You got to be really proactive and determined with it, or else you're not really going to go anywhere in the future with it. So I do want to go ahead and ask our audience tonight, what does freedom look like to you? What exactly do you want to do with all the times that you can have? If you have the freedom of time, you have financial freedom, if you can go anywhere you want in the world, the freedom of choice, the freedom to dream again. What kind of dream is it that you want to do and you want to pursue then, right? Definitely go ahead and comment down below if you guys are interested in the business. We do have our link up here. So definitely go ahead and register to our website here. And you guys could definitely get more information from the website. It is a free website. There is no fee. You just need your full name and email, and you can register into the website to get our full complimentary 90-minute webinar. I do recommend watching the full 90-minute because it's just a lot of great information on there. There's actually too much information. So we probably won't be able to discuss it all tonight on this live, but definitely if you're interested, check it out, register to the website that we do have on here, and definitely give yourself that chance. Take actions today. There's never a right time to take actions. The right time is now. So if you desire that change, you desire that freedom, definitely check us out. We have, Tay have mentioned, we have great leaderships here. We have great support system here. We have a full-on automated system here that help us and runs in the back. You can go anywhere you want in the world. And like what Wen have mentioned, she have her coaches that they go traveling around the world. They come back and they're making money. They're making money. That's the most amazing thing. But I do want to mention that freedom of financial, it's not about getting rich, right? Because the first thought that when we change career is, I want a bigger income, right, to support my family, basically, to be really honest. But once you come into the business, it's not really about the money. It's not about getting rich. It's more about finding your purpose in life and helping others and being able to, understand yourself and what you really want. And I think that's the beauty and understanding what freedom is to you and what freedom looks like to you. So definitely, if you guys are interested, register to the website that we do have offer here. With that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to tonight's live, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you.
Thank you.